because we are hungover.
There's nothing better than a hungover podcast.
Is that where you do all of your best work?
No, usually I'm so perfect. Bosses don't listen.
Well, Jordan's very professional.
I am very professional.
Oh, got it oozing out of your pores.
What else would I have it oozing out of?
Your butthole?
Oh, God. Hello and welcome to Can I Speak to Your Manager, the podcast that
charges you an extortionate premium for convenience.
But we don't charge anything.
Oh, fuck.
It's fine. So, Series 2.
Yeah, we're back with our limited recording schedule.
Yes.
Squeeze them in when we can.
Yes.
But I'm going to release these all in one, not in one go, but successfully.
Oh, you're not doing a Netflix, you're doing an Apple TV Plus.
No, I'm one after another.
Yeah, Apple TV Plus.
So by the time that we get all episodes of this series, I'm not committing to a number. Yeah, it'll be good. Anyway, I am Joey Nova, and you are...
Jordan Lee. I've just realised we've both got... I spend a lot of time with people that have a J as their first initial.
Same.
Lots of Joes, lots of Joeys, Jacks, Jameses, Jamies. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Is that trouble?
Well, I think James's are, but...
But that's not for here.
Oh, right, what are we doing this week?
This week we are going to be talking about service stations, reading out negative reviews from service stations, those lovely places where you stop to have a wee and pay £5 for a bag of Maltesers.
See, it really depends, I think, on what your relationship is with service stations. So, like, probably my family with Forbes, shout out Big Forbes, it's very much like, you need a wee, right? You got 30 seconds, go! And it's literally run in, have a wee, run back out. Don't even start looking at McDonald's or W.H. Smith's. That's not on your menu. You've got to get out because that car's leaving if you're not in it.
I would have thought Forbes would be the kind of guy that just says, right, if you've not done it when you've left the house, you got to eat it, you get there, or do it in a bottle, we're not stopping.
Also very much that. I mean, so my relationship with service stations is quite limited, apart from there is one service station that... due to it being open 24/7 and being quite close, and it having the only McDonald's that was ever open after 12 o'clock, I would drive to from my house to get a McDonald's if I was hungry at 2 a.m.
You don't love yourself.
Absolutely not. Anyway, let's go on with the show. Right, okay, so let's start with, let's go Moto, Reading West.
My local.
Your local?
Yeah, my local. I don't know if it's one that I'd go to for a McDonald's at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right, okay. Well, I thought this was a safe space.
It's my house. It's the very definition of not a safe space.
Okay, so we start with this one. Karen writes, I was travelling from London to Weston at 3:30 a.m. Great start. That is like a driver who doesn't want to do anything with their... Like, they have plans all day, and they're going to go, like, right, 3:30 in the morning, that's when we drive. Yeah. There's no one on the motorway at 3:30. That's a lie.
Get there early.
Yeah. I needed a much-needed pick-me-up, so went to have a cup of tea. Good start.
If you're driving at 3:30 in the morning, I'm not sure if a cup of tea's really the pick-me-up you're after. I think what you want is, like, trucker, stay alert, pet pills that probably aren't legal in the UK.
I need something that'll keep me awake, alert, and reckless all night long.
Or, you know, the massive signs that always say, like, are you tired? Take a break. And you're like, what? Where? What, am I going to just sit in the service station for a couple of hours?
Before the allocated free parking runs out.
Yeah, and then you get charged £350.
What?
Oh, it's spenny. Anyway, so Karen wants a cup of tea. The assistant for Costa was having his drink. It's 3:30 in the morning. Fair enough.
What? Someone having a drink?
Someone quenching thirst?
At 3:30 in the morning when Karen wants a cup of tea?
When I asked him if I could get a cup of tea, he said Costa won't open until 4 a.m. and only W.H. Smith's was open. I mean, RIP to Karen at this moment. If you're not getting your cup of tea and you're British, that is it. I reckon you just put your citizenship pass down and tap out.
Your day's ruined. Like, you've got up early to make good time on the road and you are denied your first cup of tea because they're not open yet. It's just that's gonna ruin the whole day. Nothing that happens in that day is gonna feel right. You're just gonna be pissed off, looking for things to be pissed off about. Well, Karen certainly are.
So W.H. Smith's was open, but the machine only had coffee in it.
So she's very particular about her pickups.
I will say, yes, I will say I don't drink coffee. And
No, you don't. You're weird.
so I feel a little bit of a Karen, do you know? I feel like, what if I turn it? Well, no, the other option is a hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate, that's going to make you sleepy.
No, it's not. It's got chocolate in it and warm things. But
Sorry. Do you want to go through the ingredients list of hot chocolate?
milk and chocolate, cocoa.
Well done.
No, there's no butter. Why would there be?
Oh, God.
Butter is nutritious and it tastes great.
I feel like definitely I've tried one with butter in it. I don't know where I was.
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
You don't love yourself.
Oh, my God.
Your diet sounds appalling. 2 a.m. McDonald's, a knob of butter in my hot chocolate.
During lockdown, my diet genuinely was, I didn't eat until 2 o'clock and I didn't eat after 9. And the first thing I'd eat pretty much most days was 2 buttered bread rolls. Like crusty though. They had to be a bit crusty.
No soup.
No, what? No.
Crusty rolls and soup.
No, just the rolls.
Weird.
What's wrong with that? I lost a stone. Not in a healthy way, but I lost the stone.
Follow Jordan on his social media for more
Oh, God.
awful diet suggestions.
Yeah. The machine only had coffee in. This is a basic requirement and should be available at all times. I then had no choice but to travel to the next services who are much more accommodating. I will throw a flag out there. If she had to leave that one, drive to the next one, it probably was 4 a.m. when the Costa was open. So I don't think anything changed.
Moron. Absolute moron.
Oh, poor Karen though. All she wants is a cup of tea, and the guy's drinking his cup of tea, like, meh, but also love it. Love the mock.
Stop mocking me!
I have a review also for Moto Services Reading West.
I mean, is this just a personal attack on Moto Reading West?
Yeah, I just put it into Google, and the closest ones that came up, it was quite a lazy research day for me.
Fair enough. You do you, boo.
So Karen, actually her name, writes, very rude staff. Most of them could barely speak English, meaning they got our food orders wrong 3 times.
So, my first question is she having a 3-course meal at a service station?
It doesn't mention the amount of courses, but they did get their food orders wrong 3 times.
Is there a restaurant in Reading West? Why are you giving your, I'd understand if it's, well, you can't really get it wrong if you go to like a KFC or McDonald's because it is literally just like, I want that one and I'm getting it. But what's she been ordering?
I have no idea. It doesn't say. But what annoys me about this one is very rude staff. Most of them can barely speak English. That means they speak 1.5 more languages than you do, Karen.
Yes.
If someone can barely speak English, that means that they can speak their native tongue and also a little bit of English. You can't even do that. So lay off people who English isn't their first language.
Yeah, Karen.
It continues. Would stop and speak to other colleagues in their own language in front of customers.
I mean, this bitch is just racist at this point.
It is just racism. Toilets were smelly. Toilet paper all over the floor in most of the cubicles. Taps were stinking with limescale. I don't know if taps can stink with limescale, can they? Encrusted.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever smelt limescale and went, oh, got a lovely whiff of limescale in here.
Oh, there's definite pungent aroma of limescale. She carries on. Some didn't work and others barely let a dribble of water out. Unbelievable, won't be returning.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you won't have a choice if you do need to stop for a snack or anything, or someone needs a wee. You don't really have a choice.
You don't.
Literally, it's there, or you got 45 miles to the next one.
Can you imagine this Karen driving and like, no, the last time I went there, they got our food order wrong. We're not stopping for a piss there. Just go in your pants.
I mean, the thing is, like, in real life, do you turn around and go like, oh, you know what? If you're on the M6, junction 15 services, that's where you need to stop. Actually, avoid junction 12. I say that. Forbes, my father, has definitely done that. He will not stop at a certain service station. But, I mean, that's the thing. You've got to find your good ones. I know a really good one. It's called Kendall. Actually, you kind of go off the motorway. You go down a little path, and it's like in the middle of the woods. You wouldn't ever think you were.
No, I don't like doing that.
Why?
I like to stay on the motorway if I'm driving. I don't like going off on roads because I might not be able to get back on the motorway.
Oh, who cares about that? Everything's a journey.
No, I don't like that. I'm very OCD with my driving. I like to know where I'm going and when. If there's a road closure or a fucking Morrison's delivery van has crashed and closed a road, which did happen to me this week.
Touchy subject?
Yes. I don't know where Morrison's train their delivery drivers, and if any of them are listening, well, I'm not sure they can because I'm not confident that they can operate technology. Yeah, learn to drive and stop crashing into my car. Oh, and give me the money for my car, actually.
Okay.
Fuck's sake. Honestly. I can feel a 1-star review brewing.
Oh, I feel you, hon.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of Karen's review.
All right, we're moving on from Reading West. We're leaving that.
We're on a little road trip, aren't we?
I know. So we were on the M4. Mm-hmm. We are now going towards the M48. I've never known. You know, like road names. Why is it the M48? Why is it like the M40 and the M4 are bridged together with the A404? Is it because it's the two numbers put together? Who came up with the numbers? Was it God? And how do I contact it?
I'm not making myself clear. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know, and I don't remember road names. Like, I know the M4 because that's where I am.
There it is.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
My dad is directions,
dad.
and he's like, yeah, you get on the M4, and then you head northbound, and then you get on the M6, and then you jump on the M52, and says all this stuff. I'm like, what way's north?
I love it also when it's like more local knowledge and they're like, oh, do you know Oxford Road? I'm like, no. What's on the road? They're like, no, you will know Oxford Road. Then you take a right on the B458. And I'm like, this isn't a thing. And then, no. My dad refuses to just, I'm like, oh, here's my phone. Can you just pop a pin on the map? He won't do it.
Use my knowledge. I beg you.
He fully won't do it. He's like, no, I'll give you the directions. Listen. And I'm like, I'm not going to listen.
No, let me use technology. Just tell me where the thing is.
I had to go pick up my sister the other day. And he was like, oh, okay, so it's to the right of the cricket field. There's a new complex. You park on the right and it's the 5th door on the left. I'm like, okay, can you not just tell me the postcode and the number of the house?
Yeah, the address where I'm going.
Exactly. No. So I had to literally go blind. And then he was like, here's the mum of the person you're picking up. And I was like...
Just a picture, no name.
Yes, find her. Good luck, you have 2 hours. Anyway, back to it. M48, here we go. Karen writes, rip off Britain at work during a crisis.
Oh,
okay, this is very topical.
I'm intrigued.
In case you missed it, in case this is 50 years into the future, we are sitting in a global pandemic. It is happening. It's on.
If you are listening 50 years in the future and the pandemic is still on, we didn't listen and we're sorry about America.
Okay, Karen writes, rip off Britain at work during a crisis. Yesterday, I had no option but to purchase some diesel before going on to the M4.
Oh, she's heading back.
So here's the thing. It's an unwritten rule. You do not fuel up on a motorway. You just don't.
It's expensive.
Yeah. It's like going to Legoland and expecting to have a good value meal. Find a supermarket, do it before.
Yeah, stock up on snacks before. And, buy petrol local, organic.
Organic petrol.
Yeah, sourced locally. Joey's
now making his own petrol. It's now available at 5p a litre.
It is. It's made from recycled dog urine.
Oh, God. These rip-off merchants charged £1.41 per litre.
Dirty, evil, robbing bastard.
That is over 30% more than Asda. See, yes, that is all true. That is all true.
You're paying for the convenience.
Also, Karen has obviously went past an Asda, went, oh, it's actually... I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until that red light is really on the dial.
I think I can get a better deal than that. Thank you very much.
I'm not doing that.
No. And then she gets to the service station and goes, I fucked up.
Anyway, it's profiteering. It's disgusting. They should be ashamed.
Yeah, I'm sure. Which service station is this?
This is the 7 View on the M48.
I'm sure the owners of the 7 View are just reeling in shame, just sat there, self-harming,
No, I
crying,
don't think they're doing that, Joey.
just, like just cutting.
No, they're not.
We're not promoting cutting.
We're not promoting any of that.
Not making fun of it. I'm just saying that these people are obviously so ashamed of their profiteering that it's adversely affected their mental health.
I'm giving a top tip here. You have to find a supermarket that's close to a motorway. So my top tip, if you're on the M6 and you're going towards Scotland, the new, you come off at Carlisle.
Sorry. What?
Yeah, what?
Say again?
the new.
You're not making any sense at all.
Say again?
the new.
What's that, my love?
the new.
What does that mean?
the new.
What are you talking about? Are you just talking rubbish?
So you don't know what it means.
No, it's like it's the new.
I'm glad I called you out on this.
I don't wait. If you break it down, yes. Oh no. So it would be like if you were saying like, oh, do you want to go? And I'm like, yeah. And you say like when? I'd say the new. Because it'd be like, yes, the new is now. So the new.
You just made that up.
I've not made it up.
You've just made that
All
up.
right. What you gonna do with the weens tonight?
What am I going to do with the children tonight?
I'm not touching that one with a 20-foot pole.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I understood that, but Archive Blanu or whatever you just said.
the new.
Weird.
Anyway, yeah, there's a Asda just off the Carlisle junction. This is a Forbes thing. If you come off at Carlisle, drive about 2 minutes, there's an Asda. It's always really cheap. Fuel up there, do the rest of Scotland. Bish, bash, bosh.
I shall do that next time I drive to Scotland, which will be never because I live by airports and I will just get on a plane.
Like, wow, okay. Protect the environment.
Fuck the environment. Seriously, have you seen what the environment's done lately?
Yeah, it's
Wasps.
Nature is healing.
Wasps?
Oh yeah, but you hate all animals.
I don't hate all animals. I hate all flying things, any kind of insect. So that is what nature has done to me. So I'm going to destroy it, and I'm not going to have inferior quality products. Not going to do it. Legal disclaimer: this is a joke.
Yeah, be careful with this idea.
Oh, fucking shit out!
For some reason, I've only got reviews of the 7 service stations or Reading service stations.
Because that's the only two that exist after the pandemic.
Yeah, in our post-apocalyptic wasteland, these are the only 2 service stations in the whole of the country.
Oh wow! So if you're on any other motorway versus the M4 and the M48, you screwed. That's it. Sorry.
Yeah, all those other motorways have just been ground up for building materials for Boris Johnson's Death Star.
But that's kind of a lot. I know, but we're full of energy. I'm full of energy and...
Love you, Bojo.
Karen writes, bizarrely now named 7 View, even though there's no view of the 7 from the service station.
Oh, I mean, fair, kind of fair, but also... Stop.
If you're going to a service station for sightseeing, something's gone wrong.
That is very much a case of, when the kids are in the car and they're being loud and noisy and the parent goes,
You kids can't keep your heads to yourself. I'm gonna turn this car around and there'll be no Cape Canaveral for anybody. That's it. Back to Winnipeg.
you're not going to be quiet, I'm going to turn this car around. And that is literally what they've done. The only fun is 7 View service station.
I thought that was just an empty threat.
No, that's a
Has
real
Forbes
thing.
ever turned the car around?
He's kicked me out of the car a couple of times. Yeah.
How old were you?
Oh, probably 2. I don't know, I can't remember.
This fucking thing stinks, it needs changing.
It's your son.
You'll someone it shit itself. What have you got, John?
Boy Karen, is that what it is?
I think we're just going to go with Karen. There's been a lot of debate online on the Fuck You Karen and Karen subreddits.
You are a big fan of.
Huge fan. And there is no consensus on what a boy Karen should be called. But I think the best one I've heard is just calling them Karen, because Karen isn't a race or a gender, it's a state of mind. And that could be inhabited by men or women. So I think Karen applies to both, and I think it can be used interchangeably.
All right, we're going to go with this then. Karen writes...
I'm going to interrupt you. Just quickly.
What?
What do you think the best name for a group of Karens is?
Oh, I'm trying to be funny.
No, I've got a few lined up from this subreddit.
Okay. A PTA, like at school.
PTA of Karens.
A PTA of Karens.
See, the best ones I've seen are an entitlement of Karens
Okay, I like that.
or a privilege of Karens.
Privilege of Karens,
Yeah.
obviously. Oh my God, that's pretty good.
I liked a privilege of Karens.
Shout out to the Reddit thread. Karen writes, waited ages to be served at Burger King. Got to the front of the queue.
Oh, well done.
I know. Great. Woof. 45 minutes paying off. Got to the front of the queue. Then the server went off to make orders and left me waiting. Unacceptable. Walked away. Vending machine instead.
Well, that showed them.
I mean, there wasn't any healthy choices made at any point in this
No.
thought process.
I don't understand that. Like, people who just walk away, do that little protest thing. Like,
Yeah.
well, you won't get my money. Oh, sorry, I'm a multi-billion-dollar company. Oh, no, please come back. Stop. No, wait, don't.
I do love it. I do love, like, personal protests for little things like that. To be fair, I did leave a line the other day trying to return some clothes, and that line was not moving. It was like,
Oh, I know. I don't
45
join
minutes.
a long queue. I hate queuing.
Oh,
won't do it.
I love queuing. It gives me like 45 minutes to just be at one with my thoughts in a public space. So I kind of feel like I'm not being antisocial, even though I've got my headphones in and I'm not going to talk to anyone.
No, I don't queue. But you're very strange, I found out today. You watch televised snooker.
Oh my God, honestly. So I was hungover at university once and
What?
It was on. And I watched it for 3.5 hours. I love it. I think it's like honestly so underrated. Wimbledon, yeah, step aside. Snooker's back in town, bitches.
You started watching televised cricket yet?
Absolutely not. I don't hate myself.
Karen writes, absolutely horrendous. Took me 2 hours to get out of the car park due to an accident on the M4. No one... Yeah.
Stop. What? Oh no, I'm stuck.
Yeah, so I'm leaving a 1-star review on the place that I couldn't get out of because it's their fault. Stupid bitch. No one available to give information or direct traffic, everyone for themselves. 73-year-old woman driving alone to Bristol. Could be the last long journey I undertake.
Wow.
Very dramatic.
Slightly morbid.
Very dramatic.
Oh.
That was written a year ago, and she's only done 1 review, so it might well have been.
No. Oh my God.
I will remember you.
R.I.P. Karen.
Okay, so one final one. It's only apt that I look at my favourite service station in the UK.
The fact that you have a favourite service station.
Like,
is
I'm
just
sorry.
awesome.
I know we were joking about it earlier, but everyone does have that one that they will go to or know really well. Or well, yeah, but get on the motorway more.
No.
Anyway, so I'm talking about Extra in Beaconsfield. It is so good that Vice has written articles on it quite a lot.
Is that how you know about it?
No, I go there quite a bit.
It gets the Jordan Lee seal of approval.
I'm throwing it out there.
Needless to say, this place has everything.
Okay, it's got Weatherspoons, which I'm not going back to Weatherspoons because he's treated himself quite badly.
Yes, he did.
There's a Nando's, there's a McDonald's, there's a KFC, there's a Chosen Noodles and a Domino's and a Pat Val. And also quite a big area to walk. And there's a play park, there's a pond with a bit in the middle.
The last day of school, Millhouse. Try to show some dignity.
There's a lot. There's beaucoup de choses à faire.
What does that mean?
Lots of things to do in French.
I can't speak French, so I'll let the funky music do the talking now.
Oh, girls love. Anyway, so, I mean, amazingly, there are a lot
Shout out to personal friend of the show, Sarah Harding.
There are a lot of 5-star reviews. There's a lot.
Can you find a 1-star?
Yes, I unfortunately can, and I don't condone this, but here we go. It's titled Bad Experience.
Well, that's a good start for a 1-star review.
Karen writes, not impressed. Small, curly hair in food.
Sounds like a pube.
I mean, made a new one for me, which had another hair embedded in the goat's cheese.
Not in the goat's cheese. Did they fold it into the cheese?
What does that mean? What does fold in the cheese mean? He folds it in.
At this point as well, you're having goat's cheese at a service station. I mean, I think that's my limit.
I didn't know they did that at a service station. I can see why it's your favourite now.
Rude customer service came over to clarify that the second hair was how they cut the cheese and wasn't a hair. Was very rude, made me feel like a child being told off.
Sorry, what? So it wasn't a hair, it was...
It was how they cut the cheese. So I don't know whether he's confused a bit of grated cheese for a yellow piece of hair. Had no apology for the first hair that they later admitted was a hair.
Oh.
Oh. See, yeah, but it happens. Look, if there's a hair in your food, you say, I'm really sorry, there's a hair in my food. You don't, and then you go further and confuse actual cheese for hair. Do you think he's kind of got an obsession with cheese and hair?
I think so. We've said cheese a lot in this review.
I know. Won't be going again was made to feel like I was making a fuss, but to be honest, hairy food for me is a no-go.
Cheesy food is a no-go. Love cheese on food.
Plus, I am pregnant. And the fact I found 1 or 2 hairs made me think it was an unhygienic cooking environment and didn't want to make myself poorly.
Should you be eating cheese when you're pregnant?
I think that's fine, isn't it?
No, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to eat cheese when you're pregnant.
Oh. Well, I never got this, like the cravings and the things you should be eating and not. Aren't you supposed to eat brain?
Well, I do.
No, but like pregnant people, or was that just in American Horror Story?
I think that was in it. Yeah, that's American Horror Story.
As a result, none of us finished our food. It even put my 3-year-old off her pizza.
Just sounds awful.
Again.
Like that pizza would have been covered in tons and tons of small yellow hairs, or cheese as we call it.
My whole thing was, you're having a goat cheese pizza at service station.
Yeah, pretentious as fuck.
I mean, like, just no. If you want, like, yes, I go to the Nando's there and it's absolutely 10 out of 10 with bang, but just go somewhere else.
You're such a basic cunt.
What?
Nando's, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, love it. Cool.
Cross promotion. Jordan, would you like to talk about the Hun theories?
Oh my God, I've got another podcast.
Yes.
I feel like I'm cheating on you sometimes.
You are, but I'll allow it. I'm all down for that polyamorous life, like, as long as everyone's open and consenting.
So yeah, it's a new podcast. It's called the Hun Theories, and every week we look at what makes a Hun. What is a Hun?
And what kind of Hun would a Karen be?
What kind of Hun?
Attila the Hun.
Yeah, but probably actually. I think Karen's on her
Battle
own Hun.
Hun.
Battle Hun. Oh my God, she is definitely her own Hun, because our basic ones are basic Hun, medium rare Hun, and then premium Hun, and then we fill in the gaps with all the other Huns. So we've had grieving Hun, which is someone that has a hamster for about 1.5 years and then it dies, and then they do a whole ceremony for it dying because that's it. Hungover, which is us.
Is this your Nando's?
No, yes, a little bit. It's also like the worst things you've done, or like, fear Hun as well. When you wake up in the morning, you don't know what you did last night.
Guilty.
Yes. So yeah, the Hun scale is ever evolving, and you should definitely go and check it out.
Yes, stay tuned for that. To wrap up this week's episode, when I did the research for this, I penned down some observations and tips and things to do with service stations. And some of my observations, lots of comments about the toilets being dirty. And all I have to say about that is, when people go to the toilet, they should leave it how they expect to find it. And no one does that.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's like, no, I don't feel this. I don't. But when it's not your toilet, do you care as much?
Well, I don't want people thinking that I'm the one who's left that like that. And then I think about, like, our poor friend Jack, who only does sit-down wheeze.
Oh.
Even out in public.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I like a sit-down wee every once in a while, but...
I'm not a fan of it. I don't trust myself not to shit at the same time.
I know I have had a situation where I've been sitting down for a wee and my penis has not been... in the right angle, and it's just gone straight out the front.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's happened.
Why is that the thing? Someone needs to invent something to stop that happening. Oh, standing up in a urinal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, sit down wee in a urinal is more challenging.
Oh.
What else have I got? We have lots of complaints about the price of fuel. It's a service station. What the fuck are you expecting? Another observation, it's a service station. Have you that little going on in your lives that you took the time to sign into Google to leave your incoherent ramblings?
It's not easy leaving a review. It's not like here it is, leave a review, it's sign in.
Well,
watch the details. Do you need to reset your password? What's the password to your email account? Do you actually want to do this? Someone's changed your details. Panic. Do we need to call the FBI? Like, there's a lot of things going on to leave one review.
Just remember your password, Jordan. Lots of complaints about rude staff. and these seem to be in the wee hours of the morning. I want to ask anyone here if you are going to be pleasant to customers in the small hours of the morning. The answer is no.
No.
Not at all.
It's going to keep moving.
No. So my tips for service stations. My top tip is to stop being gross pigs and don't piss all over the seat and the floors, and to leave it as you'd expect to find it. But I realise that's asking for the moon, and because humans are awful, we need to expect it.
Very true. I mean, the least amount of time you can spend at a service station, I think the better.
Yeah.
Just in and out, you know.
Yeah,
have the Forbes mentality. Get in, have you eat, you got 30 seconds. All right, another tip, plan ahead. If you are doing a long drive, stop at your local shop or your supermarket before you leave. Do you pay £5 for a bag of Maltesers at the cinema? No, of course you don't. You get them for £1 before you go, stuff them in a backpack, and then just don't look at anyone in the eye.
Yeah, you've got to sneak that through, even though it's totally allowed.
Yeah.
You've got to sneak that in, like you're getting finest Colombian nose candy across the border in your special little back pocket. And my final one for the day is don't take out your drive on staff. I'm sure we're all very cranky from being on the road for a long time and lots of people driving badly. It is not the fault of the staff in a service station. And if English isn't their first language, be patient with people and don't be a prick and say things like, well, they can barely speak English. How many other languages can you speak? Grow up. Well, that's the end of the show. Please follow us on our socials. So Facebook, which is a dead platform that I'm not updating. I've just got it so that people can't have it, basically.
Follow but don't follow.
Yeah, it's Can I Speak to Your Manager?
You can find us on Twitter at Can I Speak to Your.
Instagram is also Can I Speak to Your. And
business inquiries.
Yeah, business inquiries. If you want to throw us some money to promote some stuff.
Do you know what? I really actually now want some sweet mattress money, considering we both have one of those mattresses.
Yeah, we both bought the same brand of mattress. We are not giving you free cover yet.
We'll talk about the mattress, but without saying who it is.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll say who it is, and then we will talk about the mattress when we get some of that sweet mattress money. And that's Emma mattresses. We've both bought one.
They are. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I can't say
I'm going to bleep that out. Yeah, if you want to hear what we have to say about Emma mattresses, Emma, pony up some dough. And you can send us business inquiries at canispeaktoyour@gmail.com. Also, please rate us on your podcast platform, on Google, Apple, Stitcher, Anchor,
Spotify.
We're on Spotify. We're big time.
Overcast, Pocket Cast,
Shadowcast.
You can get it on. Oh my god, I got it on the TV the other day.
What?
It's like listening to a
We're
podcast
on the TV.
On the TV, yeah.
We're on the telly box.
Oh, no.
Well, you are all the time.
I know, famous.
Yeah,
big deal.
Now. Prime time, Jordan Lee.
Oh, prime time. Please, I wish. All right, we'll catch you next time on Can I Speak to Your Manager?
Stay safe and keep a socially distant distance from Karens and everyone, actually, because we're, the cases are on the rise. Bye.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Really?
People know me.